Well, the brother that tried to represent himself in a murder case or in court finally had his sentencing the other day. Let's take a look at this.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
Mr. O'Neill,
All
I'm
right.
not, listen, stop right, stop,
All right.
listen to me.
I'm not
You're not gonna raise your voice again.
I'm
You're
not going to raise my
your
voice again. I'm not.
I will have you removed from this courtroom. I can sentence you without you being present.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't conduct
I
yourself.
understand, Your Honor.
Thank you.
But I will say, I'm sorry for your loss.
19 years I've been at this job. I've seen human beings killed at the hands of others in every way imaginable. You name it, I've seen it. Shootings, stabbings, drownings, suffocatings, blown apart by cars, some DUI manslaughter cases, horrible things. This is the worst case I have ever seen as far as the facts go. Is it? And I'm gonna mete out the punishment that I think this case deserves. All right, so with that, on count one, Mr. O'Neill, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison with a minimum mandatory of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Count two, I will adjudicate you guilty, and adjudicate you guilty on count one as well. Count two, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, consecutive to count one. On count three, I'm going to sentence you on the attempted murder, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison, running consecutive to counts two and consecutive to count one. On count four, on the arson, first degree dwelling, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 30 years Florida State Prison to run consecutive to counts 1, 2, and 3. On count 5, aggravated child abuse, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 30 years in the Florida State Prison to run consecutive to counts 1 through 4. On count 6, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty to aggravated child abuse, sentence you to 30 years in prison to run consecutive to counts 1 through 5. And on count 7, resisting arrest without violence, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to time served. Credit for time served is 1,224 days. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court. Thank you. We're concluded.
Yep. Well, that about sums it up, sir. I don't know why you were insane enough to try to represent yourself, probably trying to plead a case of insanity, which failed miserably, as it should have. Now, how do you feel? How do you feel? 3 life sentences plus 60 years, which means, my man, you got to do your time and die, come back to life, die again, come back to life, die one more time, then serve 60 years. And that's what your stupid ass deserve. And we need to make notes of this and hold people accountable when you do these dastardly, disastrous crimes and commit murders on people. This is exactly what needs to happen. Now, I myself probably would have given you the death penalty, but the death penalty, that would have been too easy because you would have had a limited amount of time and then you're just out. Where it's better for you to just suffer for these 3 life sentences plus the 60 years that you have. And what I find even more funny is that you came back to court and you try to get loud again. Who you scaring? Who are you scaring? That's why I wish I could be a judge. I'd be the most sarcastic judge, and I just wish I could have been able to let out a big belly laugh. You scared us? Keep going. Keep getting loud. I would have let you get loud and do all of that. And I wouldn't even have had the empathy of this judge. I would have had no empathy. I would have just went straight to the sentence, and I wouldn't have said how horrible it was. I just would say, you done? Okay, so this is how we're going to convict you. Here's the conviction. On the first count of murder, life. Second count, life served consecutively, and third count, life served consecutively, and in endangerment of a minor and discharging the firearm. Here go an extra 60 years on the side. You got an extra special jail combo piece. That's what you got. You got the 3 life sentences plus the extra 60 years of fries that you got to sit and rot. And that's what you get. That's exactly what you deserve, sir. I guess you might have been trying to plead insanity, but that didn't work. If you're going to try to plead insanity, you should have just came in there like being incoherent with feces all over your face, your neck, and you should have just been like leaking and eating. Not only had the feces on your face and neck, but you should have ate some of the feces in the courtroom, and then like banged your head like on the desk like repeatedly, and then did a backflip or something like that, and cried at the same time while laughing sporadically. I think that might have got you some like consideration for insanity. But for you to actually sit down and look and say, I'm gonna represent myself, get out of there. Y'all are gonna listen to me. And now you got to do that speech in jail. And you're not going to the feds, you're going to a state penitentiary in Florida, brother. And it's gonna be a big man in that jail cell. And he gonna let you do that whole speech. He gonna let you do it. He gonna let you do it. And then he gonna be like, you ready? You gonna take them clothes off right now. I'm gonna make a good woman out of you. That's what he gonna say to you. You can take all that off. You can take all that off. You know, I'm gonna make a good woman out of you. We can do what my man say, the great booty warrior. We can make this hard, we can make it easy. It's up to you. It's up to you how you want to do it. The great Fleece Johnson. It's up to you how you want to do it. Don't make it hard, we can make it easy now. I know you are good. You would have been a good lawyer, but now you about to be my woman. So, how you want to do it? I'm out. I would tell you to call me, but I don't want to talk to you. So, don't call me.